shoot, I said as you claim it. Instant Xbox, spin the block, his legs slide. Fast talker, no riddling, moonwalker, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That much making a portrait. Gun kick back, not grannies from porches. David on the scene, you know that it's scorching. What's a man with king? No response to the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot, what said as you claim it.
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from. I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Say what you running from, what you running from. I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted. This what you wanted, huh?
Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. And on this incredible Saturday, I know I'm coming to you late. I know I'm inside the bunker, but right now, stuff was going down, and the King had to secure the bag. Information is coming in fast and furious. But first and foremost, if it's your first time finding this channel and you love Xbox, well, you met me, your new best friend, the King. I drop videos on the weekends. Members get a first taste of it as then I release it out to the public. But I go live Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with Friday being a special day where we stay longer than that hour show. We stay for 2 hours because that's Fight Night Friday. We give you 1 hour of show and the next one is 1 hour of go. And you can participate too. But a lot of stuff has happened this week. We had shows, we had price hikes, we have rumors, we have confirmations. We're going to dig into all of that. We're going to sift through all of that to figure out where this industry is going and do we still fit in it? Because apparently they want us to own nothing and pay for everything. Now, you know I love saving money. So if you love saving money, I'm your new best friend. And you know what it is. But what I'm going to tell you is this. I mean, listen, basically, if you're an Xbox fan, this is the stuff that you really need to see. And we're going to jump into it right now. So right now, this is from Pure Xbox and Ben Carey. 10 discounted games that you should buy in the Xbox spring preview sale for 2026. Now, Hell Let Loose. I've got a chance to play Hell Let Loose. I think Hell Let Loose is dope. If you like old school Call of Duty, set in the back in the days, war times, I think it's like World War II, stuff like that. Hell Let Loose is definitely something for you to look after. Atomic Heart. It launched in Game Pass. I actually really liked Atomic Heart. I thought Atomic Heart from Munfish was pretty cool. It's a really good game. It felt like BioShock for some weird reason to me. Mafia Old Country, and it's, you know, all these games is on sale right now. So and let me give you the prices. Hell Let Loose is $12.50. Atomic Heart is $20.99. Mafia Old Country is $39.99. Split Fiction is probably could have been Game of the Year. Split Fiction is $34.99. Rise of the Tomb Raider for Xbox One is $4.94. And we're looking at Get Even from Xbox One. Never played it, don't know what it is, but that's $4.49. Dying Light the Beast for the Series X and S, that's going for $44.99. Rad for Xbox One is going for $4.99. Still Raising for Xbox Series S and X is going for $4.99. The Dark Pictures Anthology, The Devil in Me, pause, that's going for $15.99. If any of these titles interest you, I highly suggest that you go check those out. Go get them and let me know if any of them tickle your fancy. So we finished this week with the Xbox partner preview show, and one of the highlights, one of the main cards, the top billing game was Stranger Than Heaven. And apparently from Xbox Wire, this is brought to you by Xbox Wire and Joe Scabelli. The title is going to be shown again and with entirely new stuff on May 6th. I thought Stranger Than Heaven looked incredible. The fact that I saw Snoop Dogg in this game let me know that this game is going to be probably one of the best games going right now. And I just like to see the partnership with Sega and Microsoft Xbox continue to grow. The fact that it's dropping day one inside Game Pass, this is something that you guys need to look out for, and it's Play Anywhere. So check it out if you have an Xbox ROG Ally, Xbox ROG Ally X. These are the times of the show. PDDT is 4 p.m. May 6th. EDT is 7 p.m. BST is 12 a.m. CEST is 1 a.m. JST is 8 a.m. AEST is 9 a.m. Hope to see you guys there. More than likely, I'll be broadcasting this. If not, I'll do a recap of it. But Stranger Than Heaven is an incredible game. I'll probably be running the trailer while you're watching this stuff. So again, something to look out for. If you are an Xbox Game Pass lover like myself, day one releases are important, especially if you're an ultimate black card carrying member. Well, Xbox Game Pass confirms 5 day one games for April 2026. And this is brought to you by Tyler Frazier over at The Comic Book. And we're going to get into the games that are dropping this month. On April 14th, day one, Replaced. Replaced is one of those titles that we got a chance to see, and we've been waiting for Replaced for a long time. So hopefully it lives up to all the hype. Hades 2 is dropping on April 14th. Again, this is another top billing game. Hades 2 is fantastic. I actually have it on my Steam, and I've been playing it for at least 2 years now. So it's incredible. Philion is dropping on April 28th. That game looks really good. Killing. I thought Killing was dope. It's dropping on April 23rd with a PC open beta happening between April 9th and April 11th. Vampires Crawlers. I love Vampire Survivors, so Vampires Crawler, I'm going to try it out. Vampire Crawler is dropping on April 21st. And those are the games that are coming out this April. These are day one drops inside Game Pass. Listen, I'm a proponent of Game Pass. If you love Game Pass like myself, continue to support it because, again, they're going to be restructuring it, and we don't know what it's going to look like later. Now, for a long time, we have been debating on what the Xbox tiers would be. Apparently, there's new tiers. We've heard stuff about no ads, all types of different type of tiers that can actually change how Game Pass looks. Game Pass is going to go through a restructuring, and this is brought to you by The Gamer, and Johnny Flores Jr. Wrote this piece. And I highly suggest you guys go read it, go check it out. New Xbox games exclusive only Game Pass tier could show up. Now, this is a rumor. And this rumor has been persistent for much of this week. Actually, it started on Friday. But we heard rumblings of it on Tuesday. I heard something about Game Pass and how they're looking towards to Netflix and all this other stuff. But apparently the rumor got more finite and more down to the point where there was somebody that scours like data mines Game Pass, and they got a chance to see a Game Pass only tier that is called I think it's like Tillion or something like a Trenton. And it only had Game Pass only games, no third party games, just Xbox games. So I'm going to give you my thought on what that actual tier could be. It could be the Trojan horse that I've been explaining for a long time. If you got a chance to watch Iron Lord's podcast as we previewed, reviewed, went over, live reacted, all the stuff that you want to say about the Xbox Partner Showcase, that was a pretty good show. And from everybody that I talked to, everybody thought that the show felt longer. It felt longer than that half an hour that they showed, because they actually showed a half an hour. but it actually felt longer than that. And pause, because you guys are wild. But what I'm gonna say is these are all the games that was there. If you didn't get a chance to see them, majority of these games I'm going to be showing during this whole show. So maybe some of these games might pique your interest. But these are the games that were shown over there. So Hunter the Reckoning Death Wish, that comes out in the summer of 27. Withering Waves, July 26. Expanse Osiris Reborn, 27. Grave Season, August 14th, 26. Serious Sam, Shattersverse, 26. Stranger Than Heaven, more info on May 6th. Super Meat Boy 3D drops this March 31st. Forever Argo, the 26th. And when I say 26, I'm talking about the year 26, so it's 426. Ascent to Zero, July 13th, 26. Dispatch, which I am going to absolutely purchase, the sum of 26. Alien Deathstorm looked incredible, brought to you by Rebellion. Love Rebellion's work. That is 27. Frog Squad, that is going to be a staple on Fight Night Friday, so I can't wait for you guys to jump into that. Frog Squad looked dope. They had live motion capture from Dip Down in Anime. Bluey's Happy Snaps, Fall 26. Stalker 2, The Cost of Hope, the DLC, Summer 26. Musa, Dirty Fate, that game, that Korean game looked incredible. 2027. Internal Life of Goldman, incredible. The demo is out today. You can go check out that demo right now. I highly suggest you do it. The animation is insane. Vaunted, we call that Cognito the game, Lord Beefy in space. 26. Hades 2, April 14th, 2026. And Artificial Detective, something that looked incredible, 2027. Now, all these titles were incredible. You had 19 titles in all, with 14 of them going to Game Pass day one. The Xbox Partner Preview Pro showcase was incredible. It was something dope to see. I thought it was so good for me. I gave it a 9. I want to know in the comments. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of it. Was it great? Was it good? Was it nice? Was it fine? Or was it trash? Some people kind of thought it was funny and called it trash. I don't know. If you know anything about Fight Night Fridays, you understand that City of the Wolves is one of our favorite games that we do play every Friday. So come check it out. But right now, if you are a fan, and I'm a huge fan of Fist of the North Star, and this is going to be Kenshio will show up and show off for Fist of the North Star. I think Fatal Fury, in my opinion, this time beat Street Fighter 6. Probably not graphically. I mean, it's an acquired taste. I think fighting games are all an acquired taste, especially when it comes to styles of graphics. But I really have a great time with City of Wolves, and I think City of Wolves actually is really good. You remember when Xbox Game Pass came out and raised their price and people were in an uproar and going absolutely bananas? Well, and I was laughing because they kind of gave me something that I was looking for, regardless of what Fortnite the Crew, and added that extra to the tier and kind of justified it because I was paying separate prices for things. Well, lo and behold, this has happened. PlayStation Plus quite possibly could be raising the price. And I want to know if these guys are going to keep the same energy. This is brought to you by Correspondence Table. Now, PlayStation Plus subscriptions can possibly see a hike. Essential can go from $79.99 to $99.99. Extra can go from $134.99 to $164.99. And premium can go from $159 to $200. This is what's happening amid rumors that the Japanese corporation strategy and the internet has begun actively discussing upcoming price hikes for this digital service. Well-known insider nicknamed Detective Seeds has published and forecast regarding the future prices and annual plans for popular subscriptions, the PlayStation Plus. You can see a 25% hike in what they're doing. Don't be mad at me. I just report the news for you to consume. I know I told you that PlayStation wasn't in the business of selling you a $900 console. Well, they made a fool out of me. And I understand. Fool me once. Shame on you. Fool me twice. Well, boy, it's not going to happen. Did I George Bush that right there? I George Bushed it, didn't I? I know I did. Anyway, Sony to increase the price of the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation Portal and of PlayStation 5 Pro. All units will see a price increase and a price hike. This is brought to you by local news, Action News from Jacksonville, Florida. It has reached all the way to Jacksonville, Florida. Don't you got something crazy to be doing? Isn't Grand Theft Auto 6 like set in a fictional Florida? This is brought to you by Chase Bunker. That is wild bananas. But again, the price hike starting April 2nd, the PlayStation 5 will go from $549.99 to $649.99. The PlayStation Digital will go from $499 to $599, and the PlayStation 5 Pro will go from $749 to $899. And the PlayStation Portal will see a price jump from $200 to $249. When we all pay, we all win. Isn't that right, Sony? Well, looking at the price tiers when it comes to Xbox, this is highly important. I see Asha looking at Game Pass as something that she didn't create, but something that she can fix. You see, her specialty is expanding and growing a product. So looking at Game Pass and trying to figure out what's absolutely wrong with it, why is it not connecting with more people? First and foremost, I think marketing plays a big hand in this. I don't think Game Pass has received the marketing necessary. But again, Game Pass isn't exactly what's broken with Xbox. Got to give a shout out to Addict for that. But what's really happening here, how can we fine tune this thing? And I believe that's the thinking of Asha. Now, what we're seeing, and if you don't know who Asha is the new CEO over at Xbox. She took the reins over from Phil Dominus Maximus, a really expensive first of his name. And what she's doing is she's doing out of the box thinking. She's sitting down with the CEO over at Netflix, trying to figure out if Game Pass is supposed to be the Netflix of gaming. Well, how come it hasn't achieved those numbers? What can we do? Now, we heard tiers talking about they will have different separate tiers with ads. A cheaper tier for like $5 that will have ads and you will see it. And how will they implement that? We also heard of a streaming only tier. We've heard of a tier now, the new rumor is Xbox games only. And I'm going to explain why I think that tier has more validity than you may think. And I think that tier is, I first and foremost think they're going to drop the Xbox out of Game Pass. And I think it's just going to be called Game Pass, right? Not Microsoft Game Pass, not Xbox Game Pass, just Game Pass. And I think what they're going to do is get Game Pass onto every device, onto a PlayStation, onto a Nintendo. It's not saying Xbox, it's just Game Pass, and it has Xbox games in it. The reason why, and the thinking of it is this. Nintendo guys love Xbox games, and so does PlayStation. How can we make this more palatable for you to engage in it? And we can put this on your console and be a digital-only service, and people can partake in this. I think they would see a high uptake in this. And this may be the reason why you see a price hike in PlayStation Plus. You may see these things happening. But I honestly believe this is happening, and I think Xbox is on to something. With PlayStation raising their prices all over the place, except for in Japan. I don't know if they've raised the price in Japan. Please let me know if you know in the comments. I can't find any information based on that. All I see is North America or the US and the EU or UK. And I see they won't be able to survive. I think they were looking at terrible numbers going to the financial next financial period and decided, you know what? Let's just rip the Band-Aid off and do what we're going to do. Raise the price absolutely on the services. Raise the price on the console. Raise the price on anything that has anything to do with this, while doubling down on PC, because AMD came out and reassured everyone that their bond with PlayStation is as strong as ever, especially on the software side. So with saying that, with seeing that, the inference there is that PlayStation is going to hunker in on PC for the long haul. Selling a $900 machine that comes with nothing is tantamount to insanity. But PlayStation seems to be tempting fate. They believe that their cachet is so strong that you won't be able to deny it. Remember, if you want the power, you have to pay for the power. Now, everybody was talking about the PSSR 2 inside the box and how powerful it is and how good it is and how much it works greatly. Well, now you're going to have to pay for that. With failures like Marathon in the Street happening and no first-party games showing up, PlayStation is in the death throes with raising prices, pushing consumers away. In this economic times, I don't know what's going to happen next. But I do know this. If you championed this rhetoric about Xbox not taking a back seat to subsidies with their console, meaning they're going to get out of the console business. Well, if you look at the PlayStation's new pricing structure starting April 2nd, they're lockstep with Xbox. The only difference is, and here's a big key difference for this generation, the cheapest entry to get into this generation is still the Xbox Series S for $400. And the highest entry point to get into this generation is the PlayStation 5 Pro for $900. Well, this is Xbox Frontline News with your boy, The King. If you liked anything that you saw here, please become a sub. Take my invitation. But if you want to help the channel further, become a member. Members are the lifeblood of the stream. Well, I can't wait to see what happens next. But watch ILP tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where me, Lord Cognito, Lord Attic, and Lord Sovereign talk about the industry and everything that's going on. And if you want to see a different take with the Lords, then I suggest that you go to the Lords After Dark on the Insider Gaming app. Check it out. It's something spicy. I think you'll like it. But I want you to do what I always do that you should be doing that I'm about to go do right now. I want you to go with Gamers Game and Winners Win and try to play the Game Pass.
You don't start things and not finish them. You don't quit. There's nothing that comes out of quitting besides knowing that you didn't finish. We finish everything. You start it, finish it. If you're going to do it to try and be the best. Not be better than other people, be the best for you.